Hey everyone, welcome to another airline trip report. Today, I'm heading to the US on a United Airlines Airbus A320 for American Thanksgiving weekend. United operates out of Terminal 1 at Pearson Airport alongside Air Canada and other Star Alliance carriers. And they fly a variety of narrow-body aircraft to destinations across the US, such as New York, Chicago, Denver, Washington, San Francisco, and of course Houston, which is our destination today. Now generally, American Airlines don't have as high a ranking as their Middle East or Asian counterparts in service and amenities, but join me to see how United performs on this short-haul flight down to Houston, Texas. Welcome to the channel, folks, where you'll find airline trip reports and other travel adventures. If you like the content, please do hit those like and subscribe buttons to support the channel. Thank you. The holiday season is fast approaching, and the Christmas decoration setup has started within the terminal. I really love the curved, sweeping ceiling at Pearson Airport. It lets in a ton of natural light, and even during busy times, feels open and airy. Unfortunately, I was unable to check in online as my original flight was to be operated by Air Canada. But due to some schedule changes and then route alignment with United, the flight was now operated by United aircraft. So I had to make my way all the way to the United check-in counters at the east end of the terminal. But after speaking to the agent, I quickly received my boarding pass. Next stop was security. After clearing security and US immigration pre-clearance, I headed down to the departure gate level. This is a secure area reserved for international flights just to the United States. By providing US pre-clearance in Toronto, it means that I do not need to go through customs and immigration lines upon arrival in the US and can proceed directly to my final destination. While seated in the gate area, our ride to Houston landed and taxied in to the gate. This 29-year-old A320 was looking its age, with faded and missing paint. After a quick turnaround by the ground crew, it was time to board, and we headed down the jetway to the aircraft. Inside, the cabin looked pretty good, as it had been refreshed with the latest seating. As the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. My seat today is 24A, an overwing window seat in economy. The seat is a pretty standard economy class seat that you'd find on a narrow-body aircraft, nothing really special. One thing, however, you will notice right away is that there is no in-flight entertainment screen. More about that later. There's also a standard tray table, and the legroom was okay for me. I'm 188 centimeters or 6 foot 2 inches tall for reference. However, I did notice that there were no USB or universal charging outlets that I could find, which was quite disappointing. United offers in-flight entertainment through their mobile app during the flight. This is a pretty simple and convenient setup, to be honest, but you can burn through your battery pretty quickly, so the lack of charging options in economy was not ideal. Pushback commenced on time and under an overcast sky. The pilot mentioned that the flight was expected to arrive 30 minutes ahead of schedule in Houston. Terminal 1 was full of Air Canada aircraft getting prepped for the airline's evening departure bank. On the taxi out, I did catch a very brief glimpse of the Disney Wish movie special livery that Air Canada has recently applied to one of their Boeing 787-9s. We taxied out to runway 6 left and were number 1 for takeoff, so the pilots lined up the runway and soon we were rocketing down the 3,000 meter runway. Enjoy the takeoff. After a quick 40-second takeoff roll, we were airborne and had a nice overview of the airport as we headed northeast into the thick cloud deck. After breaking through the clouds into the brilliant sunshine above, the pilots made a sharp 180-degree turn toward Texas. If you're enjoying the trip report, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. Out the window as we chased the sunset was quite nice. It was at this time that I realized that I hadn't updated my United app and would not be able to partake in their in-flight entertainment offerings. Oh well, at least I had this wonderful view to keep me occupied. About an hour into the flight, the cabin crew came through with a beverage service and buy on board meal offerings. I got an orange juice and was surprised that they didn't provide a small bag of crackers or cookies to accompany the beverage on this almost 3-hour flight. First, the lack of seat charging, and now no snack. What happened to you, United? Do you think I'm expecting too much on a 3-hour flight? Let me know in the comments below. Just after sunset, we began our descent towards George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston. With the city lights shimmering out to the horizon, we began our final approach and landing on runway 26 left. Enjoy the landing. After exiting the runway, we made the very short taxi to Terminal C North and Gate C12. Upon deplaning, I was impressed with the terminal, as it was nice, clean, and modern. I usually fly into Terminal A in Houston on Air Canada, and this was a far cry from that dingy terminal. The walk to baggage claim wasn't too bad. Houston Airport is undergoing a massive renewal of many of its terminals, and it seems like it's been in perpetual construction for as long as I can remember. But the results seem quite impressive. After arriving in the baggage claim area, we waited for a little bit, but my bag arrived without too much delay, especially given how busy the airport was with the Thanksgiving rush. I had to wait a bit for pickup because there was a traffic jam coming into the airport, but soon I was out and on my way. Thanks so much for watching this trip report, and I will see you again soon. Welcome to Houston.